What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Chec Box. I'm your host, Chec, and alongside me is my guy Ken. Ken, what's up?
What's up, boy? How you doing?
Chilling, baby, man. Getting to it. You know what it is.
I sure do.
Feel me?
I sure do.
Yeah. For those recent listeners and the previous listeners, welcome back to the Chec Box. And for the new people, welcome to the Chec Box. All right. Once again, my name is Chec. Alongside me is my guy Ken. And before we get started, just want to remind everyone that you can follow us on pretty much every social media platform besides Twitter. And that is at the Chec Box, at THECHECBOX. Alrighty, Kenneth, how are you, my brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right, yeah.
You had a good day today?
Yeah. Not too bad. I had a pretty good training day today. Train every Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, yeah, pretty good training in the morning. How was your day off today, right?
Yeah, I had a day off, man. It was good. I woke up. I had a house call. A buddy of mine came through, flexed his shit real quick, regular dagula.
Regular dagula.
Yeah, man. Then I cleaned the casa a little bit, bro. You know what I mean? I fixed the carpet a few, swept under the tree.
I saw some of that, actually.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you were here for half of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, so I'm chilling, man. But I'm excited to get into today's episode,
me
Kenneth.
too. Yeah.
This is a very good episode, I feel.
Important, I think.
Very important. Something that a lot of us talk about. Now, a lot of us just meaning people from our peers to people who don't know us at all, from all ages.
Yeah, people in general.
Yeah, it's people in general. And that is social media and the effects, right, on certain people. But what we're going to do today, Kenneth, is we're going to talk about the different age groups and how social media has
everybody,
an effect on
everyone who uses the platform.
Right. I think it's a great episode, guys. You guys are really going to enjoy this. And Kenneth, man, let's just start it off, man. Like, we all know what social media is, right?
Yeah.
Social media is pretty much any medium. Media is plural for medium. A medium is a platform, for those who don't know.
Yeah, to disseminate information or whatever.
Yes. And that for anything from Instagram to Twitter to Facebook, all of that falls
Slack,
under that.
whatever.
Slack, right. Discord, everything. Now, there's pros and cons to everything. Yeah. Right? Kenneth, you know what? I'll begin with this. I want to talk about some pros about social media.
Yeah, let's start with the good stuff first.
We'll start with the good stuff, right.
Before we, dig in to the
Absolutely.
meat.
So, for those who know me, right, know that I run my business, all of my businesses through social media. So, it does benefit me more than it has more negatives for me.
Yeah.
Okay, now one of those pros, Kenneth, to me is very simple, and that's the advertising of my business.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, man. I love it. We've ran promotional ads through the Chec Box before.
Yeah.
And
before Instagram, I think, merged with Meta or whatever. It was just Instagram ads. So now it's just Meta ads.
Right. It was prior to the merge. And it's great, man. I love that you can really decipher who you want to see it, where you want them to see it, and how far your reach is. Your reach is. It's phenomenal. I would make a post. I would choose how long I want it up there for, and based off of how much I would spend, they'll give me different options to how I want it spread. So, for example, if I'm spending $50 and I want that spread over 2 days, it'll reach the same amount of people, but it'll just be for more hours throughout the day for 2 days compared to having it spread over 5 hours in a week, but it's still going to reach the same amount of people, and that's very important. And if you do run a business page on Instagram, I highly recommend running promotional ads. I know for me, it's gotten me more clients. It's gotten more eyes to look at my work, and it's fire. I guess that's one of the pros, Ken, for me. And I guess you could say for you too, because you are part of the Chec Box. You were there throughout that whole process. And this one we can definitely both agree on, and that's just networking with others.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's network. You want to talk about that a little bit for you, Ken?
Yeah.
Like if you do network with others,
yeah, for me.
Like
for me, so like since I'm I'm getting into like copywriting and design and everything like that. And for me, it's one of those things where there are a ton of really good designers online, especially on Instagram. And that's where all the talent kind of hangs out, because Instagram's a visual medium, so you're gonna need that to be, that's where people are gonna see, all the art. They're gonna see, all the design stuff. And so some of those people, a lot of them, they're just regular people. So you can just follow them, comment on their stories. That's what I end up doing, just commenting on their stories, liking their stuff, and then you sort of build rapport with those people in that way, and you do that with multiple people, and then they put you on the game and stuff like that. Maybe they give you a few leads or whatever. But that's a really good pro of it for sure.
Yeah, man. I think for me, I've met tons of barbers And I've seen other barbers exploit their own work, their own strategy to cutting hair that I've taken notes from, or maybe I've had a conversation with them in the DMs, and it was very helpful. And, you know, besides the ads with new clients, it also helps me network with just regular people who don't actually cut hair, but they might have a question about a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Or they might be on the other side of the world or the other side of the country. They can't make it to New York, but they might ask me like, yo, how do I go about this?
Right.
What would you recommend for this? And it's not even only just for hair either, too, Ken. Sometimes it'd be for skin, right?
For skin,
or sometimes it'd be for the beard. Right. And I feel like that's so fire. And, you know, I've taken away a lot of the things that I do in my haircuts today from a lot of barbers on Instagram.
Right.
I won't lie to you, man. And it even dates back to YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah,
you know, YouTube I feel is the OG.
More or less.
You know, besides MySpace, Skonex is a triple OG. If you've never heard of Skonex, you are way too young.
Oh, I've never even heard of Skonex.
So Skonex, so check this out, bro. So Skonex was a social media platform for high schoolers. It was essentially a Facebook for high schoolers.
No way.
During, bro, when we went like 4th, 5th grade, my dumb ass had a Skonex in 4th grade, my brother.
That's insane.
I'm fucking 8 years old talking to 13-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Wilding. I'm joining fucking Skonex groups, essentially like Facebook groups.
Right.
And they were fucking raunchy as fuck, dude. Yeah, they were raunchy. They were, yo, it was Skonex was crazy.
No, there was definitely a few grown men hiding on that platform.
Oh, no, listen, if you listening to this, you've had a Skonex page, I need you to comment on the checkbox page.
I want to hear some stories.
Yes, DM us, because that shit is super OG. Yeah. And then came MySpace and High Five and AIM. And all that bullshit.
Facebook.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Which
But Skonex is the OG, man. But yeah, I do love the fact that I'm able to network with people in my industry via Instagram. Now, I know we're only speaking on Instagram, guys, but to be honest, that's like the only social media platform that I use, Kenneth.
Yeah.
I do use TikTok here and there, but not as frequently. I know you've mentioned you don't really use it.
I don't even have it downloaded on my phone.
But I will tell you this, the algorithm on TikTok is extremely better than Instagram.
Oh, it's way better, yeah.
Dude,
it's all visual.
I've had no followers. My first post hit 15.5K plays with no followers, bro.
With no followers,
in like a day or two. I don't even have numbers like that on Instagram with 4,000 followers.
Because it's all visual. It's all, you know, I think the algorithm is based on not necessarily hashtags or anything like that, but it's based on what was it? It's based on what the actual content is. So what it looks like is what it's based on.
And it's going to put your video into the timeline the feed of those who like it.
Who watch similar content.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Versus Instagram, where Instagram is all about hashtags.
Yeah, it's all about hashtags, and it's all about Instagram's becoming more visual, but for right now, I think it's all about hashtags and stuff too.
Yeah, it's hashtags, and it's also the activity.
I was going to say, Instagram's more organic in the sense that the more people you interact with, the more they'll promote your content, because if you interact with those people, they follow you back, they like your stuff, and then that sends a signal to other followers' algorithms to say, okay, put their content forward. So Instagram is more like, you know, Instagram's good for organic kind of marketing in that way. Yeah. Like if you're trying to be genuine and connect with people, it will pay you dividends later on.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. Yeah. And in Twitter, I don't see no pros coming out of Twitter, to be honest. Only thing I can say with Twitter is more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very frequent.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Like you'll find out something once it happens on Twitter versus Instagram or Facebook. I don't use Facebook. I still got Facebook, but I keep that for the older heads. Which
I keep Facebook. Yeah, I keep Facebook.
For but I literally do not use Facebook at all. I think my main picture is a picture from like 2 years ago. I mean, I don't look any different. Yeah. You know, beard just got better, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But all right, guys, now we're gonna get into the better part of this conversation, and Kenneth and I, are going to speak on the effects that we believe social media has had on the different age brackets. Yeah. Right, if that's the correct word. Yeah. And I think the first group of people that we're going to speak on, and I'm sure it's the same one you're thinking about, are these younger folk, right? The Gen Z. Yeah. So anyone born after 97, okay?
I think it's 96.
96?
Yeah. So it's 97 and above. But it's still after 97.
We 95, so we good. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about the 20s, the 21s, the 22-year-olds. You know, excuse me, the younger people getting gritty in Times Square. You feel me?
I love those videos. I can't lie to you.
Nah, they're fucking hilarious.
They're so funny.
I'm not gonna lie, they're absurd.
So funny.
They're
so
absurd.
Ridiculous.
It is. But yeah, man, Gen Z. There's tons of pros and cons for them, in my opinion, Kenneth.
Yeah.
I think that the cons definitely outweigh the pros.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's talk about the good stuff first here, right? Okay, so well, we're not really going to talk on pros and cons. Excuse me. We're just going to talk on the effects it has in general, and then we'll let you guys decipher whether it's a pro or con. I think the first point we have here, and I think this is pretty prevalent, is social media controls their fucking lives, bro.
Yeah.
It dictates every single move that they do. Mm-hmm. Every decision that they make, every thought that they think derives from their social media. Mm-hmm. And these kids, and I say kids, I'm 27 years old. I'm still a kid. I'm not that much older, but I'm old enough. I'm old enough to be.
The gap is definitely big enough.
Exactly. Right. Where I can say, these kids are fucking bugging sometimes, man. And they have every fucking medium. Mm-hmm. They have Instagram. They have Twitter. They definitely have TikTok.
Yeah, 100%.
They definitely have YouTube. Because all they do is fucking watch I Show Speed, yell at his fucking TV screen,
I can't
his
stand
computer.
That guy.
He's a weirdo, but he's in that weird Gen Z category. Yeah. He's the one that's gonna be shaping your little brothers and shit. Whoever listening to this.
And he was caught. I mean, this is like a little unrelated, but he was caught promoting like a crypto scam. He didn't really realize it until it was too late. But
that sucks.
Yeah, idiot.
But yeah, bro, what are your thoughts on Gen Z and social media, man?
I think Gen Z is very. I think they're. How do I explain it? I think they're very gullible as well. Like they're very. Like you said, they're very susceptible to everything that they see on there, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, whatever. Like all the latest trends, they're not only the ones sort of determining it, so they're the ones sort of pushing everything forward. Mm-hmm. But they're also the biggest victims of whatever the trend is.
Right.
And I think that that's really not good for them, because I think especially these younger people, they don't realize like that world isn't real. Yeah. Like social media is not real. It's not.
It's not at all.
It's not real. They can pretend like it's real. You know what I mean?
All of a facade.
Completely. And for them, it's like their whole world is. Their whole worldview is shaped by like TikTok memes and TikTok trends.
Literally.
And it's like I don't want to cast a super wide net on all of them, but it's like
the majority.
A lot of them believe this. Enough of them believe in the nonsense that they promote, and it's pretty scary. I think.
Yeah, man, and it is scary, bro. Yeah. It's extremely scary because you got kids, looking like each other all the time. They're wearing the same shit. They're listening to the same fucking music, same haircuts.
Yeah. Bad Bunny, Drake.
Yeah, same mentality, right? The NBA young boy.
NBA, right.
And then you said something that kind of made me remember, bro. You said the word trends.
Yeah.
That's very important. I know in New York there was a trend of being a subway surfer.
Yeah.
And you chose the right word, victim. I think being a subway surfer caught its second victim recently. Another 15-year-old Kenneth died riding the fucking subway car. But then again, Kenneth, we weren't doing that dumb shit.
No.
Whether the game came out or not, we weren't doing that. Actually, I'm lying. Subway Surfers was definitely out when we were in high school.
Right.
Absolutely, because I remember playing that shit on an iPod.
Oh yeah.
With the button, the shit still had the button. You feel me? So, what's possessing what's possessing you to be that stupid to ride on top of a fucking train car?
Dude, I don't know.
But notice it ain't no 27-year-old. It ain't no 40-year-old. No. And if it is, then
unless they want to die.
Exactly. But that's my thing, bro. It's like social media makes shit like that seem cool.
Yeah.
Makes it seem like, yo, it's okay. Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Do it, right.
And then you got kids from Wisconsin who've never fucking seen a New York City subway encouraging people or... reposting whatever.
It, right.
Making it seem cool, and it's like, motherfucker, you got real kids in New York who
are trying this.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, bro. That shit just consumes their brain all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is just so sad.
Yeah.
And not only does it consume the brain, bro, but it just consumes their entire day when you really think about it.
Yeah, their whole day. Yeah. Because if they're not in, especially, I bet I can make this bet that when they were on Zoom. When they for school, during the pandemic and everything like that, I can make a bet that when they were when they were on Zoom, they were just on their phones. They would have the cameras off and just on TikTok all day, or
playing games, on YouTube, bullshitting.
Which I think if that happened to us when we were kids and we were forced to be on Zoom or something like that, we'd be playing like Xbox or something.
Bro, that's all. My mother had to fight me off my Xbox.
Right.
I'm sure she had to do the same with you because we was playing.
Yeah, all day.
You know what I'm saying? That was our thing that consumed us, playing games. But not for nothing, being a gamer. I feel like that shit put me at an advantage in a lot of people, but put us in it because gaming requires a lot of skill, a lot of technical skill, a lot of thinking.
Yeah, a lot. Thinking ahead. Yeah, planning.
No funny shit because we also play competitive games from like multiplayer to games like Uncharted, God of War, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, where you gotta think, you gotta escape puzzles shit,
and stuff,
puzzles. Right? These kids are just fucking scrolling.
Oh, they're scrolling, and either that or they're playing like Fortnite. You need planning, but.
They're playing games too, but I think the majority of the time, bro, they're always on the social media. My nigga. Like they wake up and they're on their phone. First off, these niggas have their phone. Listen, I had a phone when I was like in like second grade. I get it.
They got supercomputers now.
They have computers.
We had the Nokias,
which we can't really complain about because that's just the beauty of technology developing, right? But it's just like, damn.
It's like they have supercomputers now.
I'm sorry, but I'm also not allowing my kid to have a. I know I just opened up this conversation saying I had a Sconex in the 4th grade, but I did that behind my parents' back.
Right, exactly.
I can't hide that because it's on the computer. I can't close the browser, this and that.
Right.
I can just take my son's phone and
we know what's up. We know how to use it.
Exactly.
So like, we know what's hiding. Like, come on,
I'm sorry, but I'm not allowing my kid to have a social media page that young. And that should be killing me when people be making pages for their babies. It's like, yo, you're literally programming them to live a life through social media.
And influencers do that. It's so weird.
It's super weird. I hate that shit. Dogs for your Instagram and shit. Like, dude.
Oh my God.
You killing me.
I'm thinking of one specific example. I won't say it, but.
And if you feel attacked, by all means, DM us. Because honestly, I'll tell you what's up.
Yeah, I'll tell you the same thing.
Like, no funny shit, all right? Enough with the fucking Instagram dog pages. And I love my dogs, Ken. If you know that. I send dog memes to my sister all day.
And me.
Shout out to Chelsea and you, right? I love them.
Yeah.
But we don't need a fucking page for your dog.
Like we have Pity Paradise for that. We don't have.
You know what I'm saying? Yo,
I'm not sure that's a real page, but
I can't stand people, man. But Gen Z, I think, is the worst generation when it comes to social media.
Yeah, they're the worst offenders, I think. Yeah.
You know, because everything that they do revolves around social media.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything. All their opinions, everything.
Yep. But you know what, bro? We're no better. I'll be honest with you.
Different.
You know what I'm saying? Millennials, we're the younger millennials.
Yeah, we're the young millennials, yeah.
We're no better, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. We are no fucking better because every motherfucking body wants to be an influencer.
Everyone wants to be an influencer.
Everybody wants to.
Whether they admit it or not.
Everybody wants to be a fucking influencer. I guarantee you someone listening to this has made a get ready with me video.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That shit got 10 views. Take it off. Nobody wants to get ready with you.
Bro,
I'm sorry,
nobody,
bro. Nobody. I promise you.
I promise. No one cares.
No one gives a fuck, all right?
Bro.
Now, listen. First off, the fact that an influencer is an actual career.
Yeah.
It's an actual career, bro. Like, people
get
kids,
paid for it. Yeah,
back to the Gen Z. They're growing up wanting to be. Like, you ask
I saw a poll for that.
You ask someone, like, yo, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they'll deadass say an influencer.
There's actual data for that, too, that kids want to be, like, influencers. I think it's, like, there was some big survey and it said like 30% or something of kids like in the Gen Z generation, they want to be YouTubers or influencers or just, there's nothing wrong with not wanting a job, but having that is like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry if
that's insane.
If my kid is over here like, yeah, Dad, I want to be an influencer when I grow up.
Crazy.
I might have to backhand him.
Right.
Call it child abuse. Fuck it.
and I think that there's a similar percentage like now for us, our young millennials. I think a lot of us maybe not so secretly want that lifestyle just because it's an escape from the mundane bullshit that a lot of us have to do.
Right. I mean, nothing's easy about being an influencer. Yeah, I just want to put that out there. Listen, I give it to you. If you are an influencer, you getting it, you getting paid.
Yeah. This is not about influencers. This is about wannabe influencers.
Right. For the real influencers, the ones who are getting compensated for the advertisements that people view on their videos, they're the ones putting in the hours, the long nights of editing and doing stuff like that. Because I do the same shit for my barber videos when I do them. And that's just a prime example. I'm not as consistent as the influencers because I'm sure if I was as consistent, bro.
If you got paid like they did, I'm sure you'd be consistent.
But you got to get there. Yeah. You don't just start getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, the influencers, nobody want to get ready with you. Right. Okay, nobody want to get ready with you. Nobody give a fuck, to be honest, how you cook your food. I'm not even trying to, I'm not even trying to violate you. But if the shoe fits, what am I going to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, bro. And then you know what else be blowing on? Everybody want to be a motherfucking gangster.
Yeah, everybody want to hold guns in their pics.
Everybody want to hold guns and pics and show off their fucking scammed bread or their PPP loans. Right. Everybody want to show off their Chrome Heart hoodie and their fucking Louis Vuitton wallet and all that. Meanwhile, you motherfuckers hop the bus. Y'all still taking the bus. You feel me? I had to say that quietly for some motherfuckers. You feel me? It's like at least in New York, because we have followers, we have listeners everywhere. At least in New York, everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be
a scammer or something.
Some sort of illegal, thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then here they are showing it all off on Instagram.
Right, some high money lifestyle.
You're a fucking idiot, first off. If you are going to be a real gangster,
you're going to get robbed.
Yo, I'm going to tell you, like, real gangsters do not have social media.
They move in silence.
And if they do, they got no post, no pictures.
Yep, facts.
Their bio is all of their gang signs, and their street in the block, and they got the loud, and they got this. Those are real gangsters, you know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers out here with your nice expensive clothes. First off, gangster niggas ain't wearing that shit. Right. They still wearing 2XTs. They still wearing baggy. I promise you, bro. Yeah. They still wearing Mark Echo leather jackets.
Mark Echo, Averex.
Nah, them shits is fire. Nah, the Averex shits is fire. Don't shit on that. I'll rock an Averex there, you know what I mean? But everybody, bro. I even saw some shit. There's some like Asian kid on Instagram. This nigga wear the same fitted every day. First off, it's like it says a word with different like MLB logos, but he be talking like he from New York, and I'm like, yo, why do people want to be like? Why do
they want to be down, bro?
So they were talking. It was some meme, and then he deadass responded with, "Hey, yo, deadass, yo, deadass be like some shit like that." Like he sounded like me, like what I just, and I'm like, yo, I'll smack this motherfucker, bro. Like it's the shit that get me tight. Like everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be from New York. Everybody want to do this. Stop being someone you're not, because you're not an influencer. You're not a gangster.
Nope.
People blow, man. Kenneth. I don't get it, man. I
don't get it either, man. And it's like, again, I think it's just an escape for a lot of people. Like a lot of people, they just want to be, like. They just want to, they have mundane lives. They have mundane jobs. You know what I'm saying? They're miserable wherever they are, and they just want to escape it. Like, and that's another thing is like they see like other people with their success, and even though it's very unrealistic, they know they can't get there, but they want it so bad that they make half-hearted attempts to do that.
Yeah,
like they don't realize like the work it takes to get there is not pretty. Like.
It's not
self-development or whatever. It's not pretty. Like it's not supposed to be pretty.
It's
like,
not. But social media makes it seem
look glamorous because all you see is the end result. Like I know, especially when I see lifting and stuff like that, or whenever I see like gym bros or even this is a big one, gym girls, right? Like especially with gym girls, like people for some reason, guys and girls, right? They see these gym people and they see the end results and like, man, like, oh, I want that. It's like, do you? Like,
do you really want to put in the work?
Right. Are you willing to try hard? Because if you're not willing to try hard, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and for a lot of people, especially for lifting, especially big numbers, like you said, it's all a facade. Like people, half these people are not even natural. They're not even natural.
Yeah, they're off the road.
They're on drugs, and a lot of people are on drugs. A lot.
I heard that The Rock is on roids, and that kind of hurt my heart, man.
Bro, he's been on drugs for like 20 years.
Why didn't you tell me that, bro?
All
the memes we send, all the motivational shit. Yo, I'll be sending like The Rock to this motherfucker Kenneth, like, yo, damn, bro, like he's the man, super inspirational.
He is the man, regardless if he takes drugs or not.
It hurt my heart to find out he's on the scoons.
Bro, he's been on the scoons for like 30 years now, bro. Since his Miami Dolphins days, not Miami, University of Miami days.
God damn.
Since he was a Hurricane. Bro,
my whole life has been a lie, ladies and gentlemen. My whole life has been a lie.
Bro, what grown man gets bigger at age 40?
Yo, that's what somebody was saying to me. I forgot who. But they're like, yo, bro, The Rock got bigger than what he's bigger than what he used to look like when he was wrestling.
Exactly. When he was like, come on. Like, obviously, he's training harder.
Yeah.
But like he's trending harder too.
Right. Yo, but to bring it all around, the fact that the hard life does seem glamorous and easy on Instagram. Kudos to the influencers who make it seem that that's their fucking job.
It's their job to make it seem easy. Yeah.
Okay,
shout out to the editors.
Exactly, which most likely they are.
Yeah,
bro, because a lot of influencers do a lot of shit on their own. Unless you're an influencer like ¿cómo se llama? His name is the black dude who be on TikTok. He just be silent.
The French dude?
French dude.
Kid?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't know what but now he's like a model for Hugo Boss. He's doing FIFA commercials. You know what I'm saying? He's on a super high level of influencer where he don't have to do shit, But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. When it comes to the young millennials, there's a lot of problems. But I think one of the biggest issues, bro, is the narcissism.
Yeah, completely.
And if you disagree, you could just easily press pause and then delete us off of your list of podcasts to listen to.
Or you can look in the mirror.
Yeah, you could do that. Exactly. Oof, that was a good one. Dab me up for that, man. Word. The extreme narcissism that has developed in the past few years, man, has been...
It's developed over a long time, I think.
It's been super severe, bro.
I think it's, especially, again, like maybe even I think COVID exacerbated a lot of it. But,
yes. People had nothing to do but stay home and look at themselves.
Yeah.
And be on social media and shit and do this and do that and come up with a new business. The get ready with me's, y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to stop that. Nobody want to see you make your bed. I talk about making your bed every fucking morning. Do y'all see me posting my bed? No, because none of y'all want to see me do that. Y'all just want to hear me say that shit. You feel me? And that's enough. You don't need to get ready with me. I'll take a picture and show you how I look. Right. There's a little taste of my narcissism, right? Whatever. But you don't have to get ready with me. At all. Ken, if I'm not trying to see you get ready for the gym, bro, nope, I'm good off that. Nope, you don't ever post some shit like that. Yeah, we don't need that. The timeline don't need that.
I'll be charging for that if that's the case. Listen, OnlyFans, but
listen, man. But
whole other topic.
Yeah, the narcissism is crazy, bro, and I think it's pretty sad because it comes to a point where people need the compliments. Yeah. They need the reassurance that they look good or that the dress is nice or that these sneakers are fly or that fitted is the freshest they've ever seen. And then people tend to beg for it when they don't get it, right? Exactly. We were speaking about that a little earlier. Yeah. And we do know people like that. You feel me? And that shit blows mine. Yeah. But then I see it all over Instagram every day with a different person. And not to sound crazy, and y'all can feel some type of way when I say this, but if the shoe fits once again, what am I going to do? It'd be a lot of women, bro. Yeah, mostly. It'd be a lot of girls.
I think it's mostly women, yeah.
You know, and I'm not here to target y'all. I'm not here to belittle on none of that shit. You feel me? Because
I've seen men.
I know niggas. I know guys are the same. I know dudes who are the same fucking way.
Yep, same way.
But the majority of people that I see that are extremely narcissistic are that of women.
For sure.
You know, and it's like, by you guys doing this constantly, you guys build this insecurity on your own, and then y'all want to blame it on other people.
Exactly.
Like, look in the mirror, be a little bit more narcissistic in this moment. Look in the mirror and tell yourself you're your problem. Right. Seriously.
And I think deep down they know that. Deep down,
they just don't want to face it.
Yeah, they just don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to come to terms with that. You know, it's a lot easier to just, showboat on social media.
No, it definitely isn't.
I get actually face it.
Listen, I understand, right? I like to look at myself, Kenneth. Growing up, we were speaking about this earlier. I was doing nothing but fucking taking pictures. I have you take pictures, so I get it, right?
Those days.
Listen,
oh man, I remember those days.
Yeah, that was
not bad. That's not bad.
No, that was an era of Chec though, man. That was Joshua. That was Joshua. But listen, this comes back to our last episode of self-image, bro. I get it. You should want to feel good, look good, and it's all good to look at yourself. Mm-hmm. But you don't got to do it every time you walking past the mirror. Mm-mm. You don't got to take a picture. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to fucking, record everything you do. Yo, I hate that shit, bro. I could be in the spot, and by the spot, that means anything from a bar to a hookah bar to a club to... I don't know. Yeah. And someone's recording themselves smoking hookah. Someone's recording themselves taking a sip of the drink. Right. Someone's telling their friend to record them, and all they doing is spinning around.
Right. It's like, bro, for the boomerang. I hate
And you know what? Yo, you know what kills me, Kenneth? When people be setting their phones up just to take a few steps, and a lot of people motherfucking do this, bro. Yeah, in all age groups, because I see my little cousin doing that shit at a family party the other day, and I'm like, yo,
I was with my cousin when she did that. I was like, really?
You feel me? I'm like, yo, what are we doing? And there be people of all age, from Gen Z to young M's to old M's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That shit blows my, especially bro, and they be doing it everywhere in public spaces, and I'm like, yo, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment off of you, and you're in other people's way, like you're just, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I would be that dickhead to walk in front of you.
Yeah, I would too.
9 times out of 9.
Yeah, I would do it too.
I'm doing it. And I might try to even hit your phone on the way out. Like, fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? My fault. I'm that asshole. But seriously, dude, that's just that's a little bit too narcissistic.
Yeah, it's too much.
And then y'all be showing what are y'all showing? Like what a dance, your outfit? Are you showing the scenery? Like what is it? Nobody cares about how you look. Yeah. You can't dance. Get the fuck out of here. If I want to see where you at, you know what I'm saying? I'll look up the location or I'll ask. But that's just me. Let me sit down, Kenneth, because I was getting a bit excited here. I'm over here looking at Kenneth like I'm explaining to him some shit that's bothering me. Well, I am technically, but
it's true though. I mean, people care a lot less than you think. And it's like, you shouldn't invest so much energy into what other people think.
You shouldn't.
Like, people say a lot of things that, quite frankly, about me, and to me, that do bother me. But then I just shake it off and I say, oh, well, not my problem.
Exactly. It is what it is, man. You got a problem with me, that's a problem with you.
Exactly.
Feel me? Because if you putting out enough energy to be concerned with what I do to the point where you got to ask me or feel some type of way, then nigga, that's on you. That got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Let's move on though, Kenneth, man. Let's talk about these older millennials, our parents' age.
Older people, yeah.
older people in general, and the social media effects. Yeah, and the social media effects that they have, you know, and I think the first one is they're just as bad when it comes to nuisance.
That's a big thing I want to say.
Talk on that, go ahead.
Right, like my mother's probably listening to this, so sorry, Mom.
Hey, Ma, what up?
My mother, right?
So is my dad and my mother. What up,
bro?
Guys?
I think my mother is just as addicted as a person our age or younger, and I say that because number one, like my mom sends me like 4 or 5 posts a day. And then I'll go on Facebook, and some of those same posts are there. Some of those same pictures are there, but at different times. I'm like, Mom, don't you work? And mind you, my mother has 2 jobs. Like, my mom has 2 full-time jobs. She's working all the time. But granted, there's a lot of downtime in both her jobs. But it's like she's on the social media just as much, and I'm like, and I know her friends are the same way because my mom and her friends are very similar, so I know they're all using the same shit. They're all on Facebook. My mom calls it Instagram, right. She calls it IG.
Stop.
Shout out, mommy. I love you, mommy.
Word.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like,
dude,
it's like she's not the only one because I see it all the time from other older people.
Listen, she's not. My father sends me easily 7 TikToks a day.
Right.
And then my uncle sends me another 3. Right. And then my father sends my uncle, which is his brother, the same 7 he sent me plus another 10. And then when I don't see my dad or when I don't respond to him because I'm a very bad texter. Excuse me if you're listening and I don't respond to you. Please do not take it personal. I don't even be responding to my parents as quickly as I should, which is a problem I gotta fix. But when he sees me in person, he's like, "Yo, you seen that TikTok I sent you, kid? You seen that?" And I'm like,
"Which one, Dad?"
Right, and he sends me everything from like cool barber shit to like funny stuff to you know shit with girls and game. You know, it's all over the place. But yeah, man, he's just on that shit. My dad has a labor-intensive job too, but he does have a lot of downtime. But even my uncle at one point, I was with him, and he's like, "Damn, your father don't got nothing to do with to send TikToks all day." Shout out to my parents though, man. I love you guys. My mother on Facebook though. Her sister Titi Cathy, shout out Titi Cathy, they love Facebook.
Bro.
But Titi Cathy loves something in particular, bro. You know what she loves? Facebook Live. Oh my goodness. You know, the Instagram Live is for the young M's. Facebook Live is for the old M's.
Also equally as annoying, by the way.
Oh yeah, nobody give off.
I don't want your notification for Instagram Live. I don't care.
Nobody cares.
No, you're talking to the 3 people who click on it by accident.
Literally.
And then they log off, and then it's just the 2 people.
That's it. You wave to somebody, and then that's it. You don't get no wave back. Right. Gigi, you got your ass.
You troll a little bit in the comments, and you go. That's what you do when you click on a Facebook Live.
I think I went live like 4 times, and all 4 of those times I was just cutting hair.
Bro, cutting hair. I was in one of those lives.
Yeah, macking.
15 people showed up, maybe.
Macking, bro. And I feel like the older M's, bro, they're extremely more gullible. Yeah. Like, they're extremely gullible. Excuse me. Like, they be believing any and everything. And my dad be like, "Yo, you seen this shit, kid?" I'm like, "Dad, I seen that 7 years ago on MySpace, and it's fake." All right, it's like
exactly. My dad don't even got social media, but he'll ask me about some shit, and I'm like, "Dad, that's fake."
Bro, they're as gullible as I was when Steve Irwin died. I was on YouTube. The death of Steve Irwin.
Oh my god,
bro! I clicked that shit. What popped up? The Exorcist. I ran so quick to my room, bro. That was the funniest shit. I genuinely believe I was about to see Steve Irwin get stung by a stingray in his chest on YouTube, and YouTube was probably 4 years old at that time.
That was at 2000.
Oof. I don't even know. Yeah, some shit. Maybe even a little. It could be 6'5", bro.
Yeah,
could have been 5 or 6 to be honest.
I think we're still
between 5th and 7th grade. Yeah. But yeah, they're extremely gullible, desensitized. And they're not as desensitized.
They're not as desensitized. Yeah, because it's still pretty novel for them. It's still pretty new.
Right.
And like they're still. I think, funny enough, I think their brains are still forming for social media.
Which makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense because it took us years.
Yeah, it's new to them.
We had YouTube back when they were like. You know,
they were already 30 plus.
Right, exactly. My mom was calling Xbox the live box and shit.
Yeah, my dad didn't know. I introduced my father to multiplayer when I played 360 with you guys.
Exactly.
Shit,
and he was playing it. Yeah, he was playing. I remember the days he was playing World at War. You know.
Now this motherfucker can't get off zombies.
No, oh my god.
He be a level 370.
Oh, I can't.
He's like, "I'm nice, kid." I'm like, "Yo, pa, you trash. You trash." I'm like, "You leveled up via zombies, my man. You gotta go out in the real world.
You gotta go the real shit. Go get your blue tiger in the real shit."
Yeah, I be telling him shit, but yeah, man, I definitely agree with you on that desensitized shit, bro. But they absolutely do love Facebook. I think Facebook is the older
I think it's the because it started with, you know, again, a lot of those people who Facebook was designed for, or they're like in their 30s, almost 40s now.
Yeah, it was designed for the college students at that time.
Yeah, but I think the platform is now dominated by people older than that, like our parents, like 50 plus. I think the platform's even more dominated by that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I feel like 50, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like the boomers and everything like
that. I mean, our parents are in 50 and are in their 50s now that I think about it. Yeah. But yeah, bro, they even be like grandmothers on there and shit, which is cool. And that's literally the only reason I have Facebook, bro, just to keep connection with my older family members who might not have Instagram
or don't want it. They just want to use Facebook or whatever.
Exactly, which is cool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
With that. It's all about how you use it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're using it for good, if you're using your powers for good, then it's good. But if you're using it, for what was it? What was he said earlier? The get dressed with me.
Oh, get ready with me. God damn, I don't want to get ready with you, man. I don't give a fuck about your gray fit.
If you're using it for that, that's a problem. I think that's a problem. I'm sorry. If you're not getting paid for that shit, then you need to cut it out.
And also, here's my thing, Kenneth, because we did speak about this off air. It's okay to want to be an influencer, I guess, whatever.
If you're willing to put the work in to become
that,
one.
But also if the demand is there. What do I mean by that, Kenneth?
Yeah.
If motherfuckers want to know how you get ready in the morning and they're consistently DMing you like, yo, Kenneth, how do you make your bed?
Right.
How do you choose your outfits? How do you brush your teeth?
Right.
If you have plenty of people asking for that, the demand is there, fucking supply it.
Right.
Supply and demand, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But if ain't nobody finna ask you how you make your bed, we don't want to see that shit.
Nobody.
We don't gotta see it, to be honest. And what you just doing it because you were bored and you wanted to generate some fucking activity on your page. Yeah, whatever, my man. Oh, so you want people to notice you then. That's what it is. You want them to reassure you that the way you make your bed is cool, huh? And you're fucking 30.
Yeah.
That's how you feel.
People 30, bro. 30 plus.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? You 30, fucking recording your outfit in just the middle of anywhere. You're fucking doing a TikTok dance at 30 years old at a fucking water park.
In a subway.
You know what I'm saying? Now listen. I do get it. Some parents do TikToks with their kids. That's cute.
Yeah,
but you doing it for your son, your daughter, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's different. You're not out here doing it dolo and then you bringing them in and you can tell the kid don't even want to be in there. I be seeing TikToks like that all the time. It's like, it's mad cringy.
It is
super cringy, bro. That shit blows.
It is cringy. It's bad.
It is what it is. You know, bro, and I do want to wrap up this episode soon because we did pass the half-hour mark. Sorry for that, guys. And there are some pretty good points that we do have here on the rundown that we didn't get to, and it's okay, but I think it's still necessary just to mention them, and maybe you guys leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? One thing that we had here was that social media affects relationships.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one, Kenneth.
Yeah,
and I want to hear everyone's thoughts on that because Kenneth and I have some very pretty, we have some cool views on that, but I want you guys to express what you think the effect social media has on relationships because
good,
I'm sure
bad, somewhere in between.
We can agree it might, it's definitely good and bad somewhere in between. The cancel culture, right? Yeah. I don't think that would be a thing without the social media.
Way. Not a shot.
Without the social media.
Not a shot.
You know what I'm saying? At all. And I also think that a lot of movements, whether it's political, friendly, or whatever the case may be, wouldn't be as exaggerated if I'm saying it correctly. But correct me if I'm wrong, too, if you hear me saying anything.
Wouldn't be as popular.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as popular.
It just wouldn't have as much...
without the social media.
Yeah, it wouldn't have as much drive behind it.
Or presence, you know what I'm saying? The fact-checking, which is just...
fake.
Yeah, that's ridiculous in its own thing.
Yeah.
And also how information gets spread. Yeah. How misinformation gets spread, which is very bad.
Yeah,
very bad. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers could be like, yo, the sky is green, and everyone's looking up. And
just to have a little story about that, just real quick, like someone has shared I think a tweet of someone saying that Thomas Edison was Mexican. Right. So I'm thinking this person is sharing this like ironically just to make fun of the person, and I was just like, is the original poster being serious? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, that's complete misinformation. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's nothing about Mexico anywhere in his thing, but apparently, allegedly, Thomas Edison basically there's no birth record, and there's like a death statue for. Or like what's that called? Like a
death certificate?
A grave thing, like a
tombstone.
A tombstone, yeah. There's a tombstone for him in Mexico with his full name. So his full name is Thomas Alva Edison. So apparently he spoke fluent Spanish, and then for some reason he was born in Mexico, but he got moved to the United States. Like some weird like conspiracy shit.
Right.
But I sit there and I go like that's just not plausible because there's all this evidence of him being from New Jersey, growing up in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And being nowhere near Mexico. Maybe he was fluent in Spanish. I have no idea. But that still wouldn't mean he was born in Mexico. I mean, I know it's 1848, but it's like, how is that even possible? None of this makes any sense.
And then you got a 13-year-old. But people
genuinely believe it. Yeah. Not just grown-ass adults genuinely believe this.
And those are just people not researching and shit like that. But what I was going to say was then you got 13-year-olds learning about Thomas Edison,
Yes,
asking the
exactly.
teacher like, "Oh, was he Mexican?" Because I saw on Twitter, fucking.
Which in of itself, it's not even a bad question to ask, but it's like people seeing that and going, like people seeing, like there will be a kid who won't even ask that question to the teacher. You know, the teacher won't even, they won't even, because they believe it, but they're just too afraid to even say that they believe it.
Right. Yeah. No. It's just crazy, man. But you know, social media definitely has had both good and bad effects on all age groups.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, and just to wrap it all up, man, I think it just gets worse for the younger generation, to be honest with you, because shit's becoming too regular. Kids are having social media platforms at 5, 6 years old.
Crazy.
They're not
young.
They're not
Too
playing
young.
sports. They're not outside getting hurt. They're not outside playing with other children.
Learning about life.
Everyone's running around with an iPad. Yeah, everyone's running around with an
yeah.
iPad, with the newest iPhone. iPods don't even fucking exist anymore. It's just getting a little overwhelming, man, with this shit. And we can only hope for the best, right? And this doesn't mean, I don't say that to say like every kid is gonna grow up like that, because there are gonna be kids that aren't, right? But it's just scary, man, to really think about how these COVID babies, for lack of a better term,
COVID babies, right?
Who and what they're gonna be,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you grew up in a society with masks,
right?
Where it was a regular,
regular.
So now when you're 15 and COVID isn't a thing, or maybe COVID 38,
COVID 38, you get your 38th booster,
right? Then you're gonna realize, like, oh, you know, I don't know, bro.
No,
conversation can go anywhere.
No, I got you. Yeah,
you know, but do you have anything else to say, Kenneth, to the folks listening?
Yes. I just want to remind you that you're not an influencer, and you need to stop acting like it. You're a grown adult. You're probably almost 30. You need to get your shit together. You need to stop posting because people don't care. It's okay to post online, obviously, if it's what you do and everything like that, you know, like if you're posting your job or whatever skill you have. Just remember, you're not an influencer. No one cares.
No more get ready with me's,
and
guys. That's it. Alrighty, guys. There you have it from my boy Ken, and I want to remind you guys one more time to follow us on all platforms besides Twitter, at the Checkbox. That is at THECHECBOX. You guys are more than welcome to follow my personal page at Yo Check It. That's YOCHECIT. And Kenneth, do you want to tell them your Instagram handle?
Yeah, you can follow me at KJC89KG. That's the weight class where I compete in for weightlifting.
Awesome. Love that, guys. And that is it for today's episode 306. You're not an influencer. Please leave some feedback, guys. We want to hear it. Sorry for keeping you more than 30 minutes, but have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Take it easy.